Now, wealthy individuals will soon be able to buy a so-called golden visa to the United States for $1 million. On social media, Donald Trump has described the scheme as a direct path to citizenship. For more, Carys Garland from our news desk is with me in the studio. Carys, look, just tell us first of all, how does this gold card scheme work?
So this is something that Trump first previewed back in February, and he signed an executive order in September that essentially created this officially. To apply for a gold card, basically, an individual will have to pay first a non-refundable $15,000 processing fee. From there, the process is expected to take a few weeks. The Department of Homeland Security will conduct a background check, vet this individual, and then the person will have to pay what is said on this website as a $1 million gift. So this, the website says, will be proof that the individual will substantially benefit the United States. Basically, if you have money, that's good for us. There's also a corporate gold card version where for companies, businesses can essentially expedite visas for their employees, but they'll have to pay $2 million for this version, and then they'll have to pay other annual fees, $20,000 per year to maintain it, and $100,000 a year if they wish to transfer the visa to another employee. But the website also floats an idea of a platinum card, which it says is in the works. This is actually going to cost $5 million, and that will allow holders to spend up to 270 days per year in the US and not have to pay any US taxes on non-US income. So we've seen this website launched on Wednesday. It's definitely trying to entice a certain kind of person in the US.
And it may surprise viewers to know, Carys, that actually this kind of investment in order to get citizenship idea exists already, doesn't it, in other countries around the world?
Yeah, they're quite common. Dozens of countries offer their versions of the golden visa. New Zealand, for example, it has something that's called the Active Investor Plus visa. That's where the person needs to invest the equivalent of 2.9 million US dollars. So it's actually more than the gold card. But the difference here is that money will have to go into direct investments or managed funds. The Trump Gold Card, though, is framed more as a donation or a contribution, and it doesn't really have, at least explicitly on the website, no job creation requirement, whereas, that's the case for other versions like in New Zealand, and that was historically the case for the EB-5 visas in the US, which are created in 1990 to generate foreign investment. And Howard Lutnick, the Commerce Secretary, had said that this gold card was designed to replace the EB-5 visa. But you've also got other examples that are linked to property investments, like in Greece. One has to invest 250,000 euros minimum in property. That's usually more depending on the region. But also it's notable that some countries have actually modified or closed these kinds of visas recently, notably Malta, which was not just offering permanent residency, but citizenship, meaning EU citizenship for people who made financial contributions. The European Court of Justice actually this year ruled that was not legal. It was against EU rules because it was effectively commercializing nationality. So Malta has replaced this with a different framework that puts the emphasis on merit, on people who can demonstrate exceptional services or contributions to Malta in other fields.
All right, and let's go back briefly then to the United States, because we must, of course, keep in mind that while America is trying to entice the wealthy, it really is cracking down on immigrants from a host of backgrounds.
Yeah, we know the Trump administration has been devoting significant resources to deporting millions of undocumented migrants, but also it's made sweeping changes recently to the legal immigration system. In June, Trump put in place a full travel ban, which was similar to a measure that he put in place in his first term in 2017. Basically, this is a full travel ban for people from 12 countries, including Sudan, Haiti, Iran, Myanmar, and then citizens from 7 other countries will have partial restrictions, so they can't apply for permanent residency, for example. Otherwise, the federal government has also frozen decisions for asylum applications. That is a measure that can affect as many as 1.5 million people who had pending applications as of the month of June, according to government data. And the administration has also said it will reduce the validity of work visas for migrants, for asylum seekers, refugees, and they'll be required to renew their work permits every 18 months instead of 5 years. So we are seeing, a very contrasting language from the Trump administration regarding these two types of immigrants. Howard Lutnick, who I mentioned, had previously said or criticized the green card system, which is essentially very similar to the gold card system. It's just that it doesn't cost as much. He said that is making us take the bottom quartile of immigrants into the country. We only want the extraordinary people to the very top.
All right, Carys Garland, thank you very much indeed for breaking that down for us. And look,